Good morning. Are you Samuel Robert Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is a pretty good plea offer for you. Uh, This is file number 252279OT. It's an ordinance case and that it was written under White Pigeon Village Ordinance. The White Pigeon Village attorney, one of the assistants in the I call it the Sieber law firm. We'll call it the Flaw law firm, which it originally was, is here on behalf of the city. They're going to dismiss the charge of no operator's license, which is going to save you 2 points, and it would go on your driving record. And they're going to dismiss the no proof of insurance, which is going to save you $150. And you're going to enter a plea to a charge called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code.
Yes, sir.
That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail. Doesn't carry any points and it doesn't go on your driving record. It's called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
And other than that plea agreement, where these other charges were dismissed for a plea to that charge, did anybody promise you anything?
No.
Laura, I've run out of allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code judgments. If you could get me some. All right, you weren't here when I went through the advice of rights, so let's take a minute. This is a misdemeanor. Do you understand that by pleading to this misdemeanor charge, you're going to give up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? That will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. You could ask me to appoint one, or you could hire one of your own choosing. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Were you driving a car in White Pigeon on November 6th?
Yes, sir.
Where were you going?
I was coming home from work.
Where do you work?
Ox Industries.
All right. Why is your license suspended?
I moved up from Indiana, and I have to take the permit test, and I have a learning disability. I passed the signs, but I didn't pass the multiple choice.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't think it's suspended. I think it just doesn't have a license.
Doesn't have one,
Yeah.
okay. All right, well, this won't affect your ability to get your license, so keep plugging away at it, and eventually you'll get over the hump. How'd you get here?
My aunt brought me in.
All right, it's good to have friends. All right, fine's $100. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. And let me say this, when you're driving around with no insurance, you get an accident, you're gonna get sued by the other guy's insurance company for $20,000. Plus, when you get a no insurance, it kills your insurance rates. So you got a break with the village dismissing that charge. Anyway, you owe me $225. Let me see, you weren't on my cheat sheet. I don't know if you owe me money now. There's Barnett's from here in St. Joe County. Are you one of them or are you from Indiana?
I'm from around here.
Because they were Colon Barnett's and there's some out in my neighborhood, Park Township.
My dad's went in front of you a couple times.
Who's your dad?
Andrew Barnett.
Okay, yeah, I've known him for a long time. Well, let's see how you're doing, sir. There's another Sam. Oops. Barnett. What's your middle name?
Robert.
Yeah, you got nothing. Samuel Leon Barnett, he's got some, but he doesn't owe me any money either. All right, well, you're in good shape. I'm going to give you 30 days to pay that $225. Can you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. I always joke with Miss Geschwint that when she comes on here, she drew the short straw. I guess today you drew the short straw, but at least the weather wasn't bad.
I did. She is in Lansing for a Court of Appeals hearing today.
Oh, well, good for her.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make that due by February 10th. That ought to be enough time to pay it. All right, good luck, Mr. Barnett.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. See you again.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. Keith, we do have an extra customer this morning that I'm gonna try to do. Mr. Cody Matheny got arrested on a probation violation last night.
Cody Middleton.
Cody Matheny, and we'll do him in a minute. Which case are you folks here on?
Pablo Peña.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Pablo
Kettlehot. Mr. Kettlehot, I don't know if you're on my docket for today. John? Ernest. Let me take a look. Oh, you're supposed to be next door. Yes. You're charged with harboring felons. Your attorney is Mr. Knopfinger. He stuck his head in here, but yeah, your attorney's out there. Ask the bailiff and let them know you're here. All right, let's talk to Mr. Peña, who's a day late and $1 short on a drug charge, but we'll deal with that. Good morning, sir. You're Pablo D. Peña?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Peña has a bench warrant out for his arrest. His girlfriend had called. Oh, it's just an outstanding warrant. There's no bench warrant.
Yeah, I don't believe he's ever been arraigned.
Deputy Zinsmaster reached out to Prosecutor Davis and said he can turn himself in at the courthouse. That's not the protocol. He's supposed to turn himself in at the jail.
Yeah, I believe he qualifies under 762.10D. He's able to present himself at the court. I don't believe that this is a enumerated charge where he's not able to and would have to present himself at the jail like an aggravated case or a domestic violence. I think it's just a drug charge. So it would be appropriate for him to bring himself to the courthouse. I think that there was some confusion, mix-ups about that. So
Got an unpaid fine on a driving suspended. Pled guilty to driving suspended. I gave you a $250 fine by July 31st, 2020, or 4 days jail. You made a payment. You made a payment. Made a payment. I gave you till March. Payment. I guess that's mostly paid. You're set for sentencing on a charge of no insurance. Pled guilty to violation of the motor vehicle code, and the original charges were dismissed. I set it out 90 days to see if you paid your existing fines. You're set for sentencing on February 17th at 9 o'clock. I don't know whether you paid on your existing fines or not.
Well, actually, excuse me, I was gonna set up a payment plan today, actually, while I was here.
Well,
I'll
I
ask you-
ain't looking real good. That was in November.
Yeah, no,
Maybe I ought to just put you in jail right now. I gave you a 90-day break to start to pay on it, and you didn't do anything from November till January.
I've been going through a couple things.
Yeah, you've been going through some things, all right. Let's take a look at this. That's very disappointing to me.
How much is the fine? Yeah.
I don't even know. You just walked in off the street. I didn't have any preparation of this, so let me.
After that day, I went to the office here in the court, and they told me that they said that I owed a whole bunch, but then they looked closer and told me that my name is in there twice.
Yes,
Like 3 brackets, it's twice, so it looks like 6 fines, but it's really
it's not.
okay.
That is true. You're in there twice,
He explained it to me, but
but you owe something, and so far you haven't paid anything. But let's take a look at this. 2463. This is alleged that the way back in July, so this isn't imminent, that you did possess methamphetamine as a second or subsequent offense. That warrant was authorized on November 24th by Prosecutor Robert. The way it's charged, it's a felony punishable by up to 20 years in prison. They allege that you got stopped at 131 on Broadway, where everything seems to happen, at Culver's parking lot. Peña was found to not have a valid license. He consented to the search of the vehicle. The registered owner of the vehicle arrived and said that she wanted the vehicle searched for narcotics. Used needle and a tinfoil with burn marks, commonly used to smoke methamphetamine. Peña stated he used methamphetamine and heroin. All right, well, what it is a paraphernalia charge and no insurance. So it's a trace amount and some stuff in the car. All right.
I actually recently started the Suboxone program also. So
Who's helping with that?
what's the Work at Health?
Work and Health?
Work at Health. Yeah. I call and do my appointments on video and keep in contact with her like twice a month or something. But
I'm not familiar with that program, but it sounds like a good one.
it's working.
Well, it works for opioids, but it doesn't work for methamphetamine.
True.
They don't have a Suboxone corollary for meth, or the world would be a better place. All right. You're going to need to get printed and mugshotted. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,500 PR. Defendant needs to be printed. And mugshot.
Would you be checking out with pretrial service or community corrections as well, Your Honor? Not off the bat.
You're recommending that?
Sometimes, sometimes people find it helpful if they're doing things like Suboxone and stuff, in my experience, but it's up to the court. If he does.
All right, I'll do that. They can supervise that it is a second or subsequent offense. I'm going to set pre-exam.
Okay.
This happened in 3 rivers, but it's by the county officers. So Mr. George is eligible to be his attorney. Set pre-exam for 2/13/26 at 8:30 and 2/20/26 at 1 for preliminary examination if needed. All right, I'm going to send you out to the counter. You can do his fingerprints here. He's going to need to go to the jail to get a mugshot. He's got to sign a bond form. We're going to refer you to community corrections for supervision. Glad to hear you're on the payment plan or on Suboxone. if you don't pay on the other stuff, I'll just put you in jail when I see you in February. You got another no insurance with this. But this was in July, so that may be the one you're paying on.
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get another one. It's the old one. So, let's get this taken care of. All right, you go with the court officer. You got some things to do here.